Hey, it's me, Ciscoe Morris, and here's what's coming up on Gardening with Ciscoe. Plant an indoor pot full of succulents. We'll show you how. Care and feeding for your bug-eating plants. We're turning a winter veggie staple into a healthy snack and a plant pick that you might already have. We'll show you how to keep it blooming. All this in a tropical Tacoma treat coming up on Gardening with Ciscoe. I'm Ciscoe Morris.
And I'm Meeghan Black. Welcome to Gardening with Ciscoe. We are in Tacoma in wintertime. And we got palm trees.
Yeah,
I love this. I love this.
We're at Jungle Fever Exotics Nursery in Tacoma. This is a nursery for adventurous gardeners, you know.
Like you?
Yeah, and I feel adventurous when I'm standing under big old honking palms like this. Oh, la la. We'll tell you more about those palms in a minute, but you feel like warming up?
I do. It's a little nippy out here.
Well, maybe if we talk about a great indoor container, it'll warm us up.
So Ciscoe says we're going to do an indoor succulent pot. I love the idea. Look at these great little plants here, and then the first plant we're going to plant isn't a succulent.
Yeah.
What?
This is in the philodendron family.
Wow.
People
cool.
call it the ZZ plant.
The ZZ plant.
Yeah, and it should be called the easy plant because because the neat thing about this plant, you don't have to water it hardly at all. Okay, break up these roots just a little. All right, so, and Meeghan,
right.
This is going to test even your cramming abilities today, yes?
Okay.
Good, okay, I think that's...
It barely fits in there, doesn't it? Should we go with the cute little flowery
let's go with some color there.
So, the nice thing...
Careful, Meeghan, it's got some nasty prickers.
Is you don't have to water these that much.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is made for you right here.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's really sweet.
And
okay.
Yeah, so okay,
so
we'll
in
put
the middle,
that little
you wanted him in the middle.
Yeah, and then I'll cram. I just grab this little jade or whatever the heck it is. I don't even know what this.
And these
guy
look like
is,
they'll spill over the top a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. You know what you call that one?
I don't.
Donkey tail. Is that a cool name or
you know
what? I bought it just for the name.
All the little guys are falling off.
Hey, we'll sprinkle them on the top. They'll start to grow.
No way.
Yeah, they grow. These will too, Meeghan. This is called string of pearls.
It looks like.
Hey, smell it.
Is that what I'm smelling? Because it smells very much like a mild lily of some sort.
Yeah, you know, it smells like cloves to me a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so pretty darn cool.
Wow.
So, all right, we got just this one. Hey, did we cram these guys in? Of course, I haven't got the last one in yet.
Yeah,
boy, is this guy dry. My gosh. There we go, sprinkling over the side. So, you know, even though we've used succulents, we've added color, texture. We've got things weeping over the side, just like we're doing it outside.
And my guess is we're going to give him a good drink right now, and then he's good to go.
Yeah, good drink right now. He's good to go for the rest of winter. I won't give him one drink.
I like him.
I knew you'd like that. Before you know it, this thing may just be spilling over with spectacular succulents.
Got a couple of little bees right here. We're just going to toss them in.
Toss them in.
Hey, don't be creative. It's wintertime. Doesn't mean you can't have fun with your plants.
I'm feeling warmer already.
I know. Jungle Fever here has hardy succulents, but we promised you palm tree information. So what kind is this baby?
These are Trachycarpus fortunii.
Easy for you to say.
Well, it's easier just to call them windmill palms.
Oh, there you go.
They come from the high mountains of China, and they're totally hardy here. The first year you plant them, you might want to cover them if we get cold weather, but after that, they just do great. Sometimes they even come up as little seedlings in your garden. Oh, la la.
Love that.
Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe from Jungle Fever Exotics in Tacoma. You know, they have a lot of really cool houseplants here.
Yes, they do.
Isn't it nice doing houseplants this time of year?
It's so chilly and wet and nasty outside. But I have to tell you, my buddy here, he doesn't like your ordinary houseplant. His have to multitask, like clean the air and munch on bugs. So I know my friend here loves these carnivorous plants.
Yeah.
They eat bugs. This has got to be the most bizarre carnivorous plant I have ever seen.
This is one of the coolest plants on earth.
Look at these little guys.
It's called a Nepenthes.
Nepenthes.
Yeah, but some people call them pitcher plants.
Right, but I've never seen them hang like this.
Yeah, well, you know what you could do, Meeghan? In the summer, I go out and hang it in a tree. Oh, it loves that.
Oh,
like
it's a feeding frenzy.
It's just snagging bugs out there like crazy. But even in the house, it'll probably get, a few different bugs flying around.
I see some of them are beginning to die back. Do we want to cut those off?
No, because they actually feed the plant as they die back.
Oh,
so until they're totally all shriveled up and no good,
you don't want to do that. Yeah.
No. So every opportunity you get, you miss these guys.
Okay.
And, I don't like to shoot up and get the whole wall wet, so I take them out. Because you got to water these about every other day.
Oh, really?
This is not a good plant for you.
No, it's not. Okay. So I'm guessing you don't just dump water into him.
No. Well, you can water them. You got to water them through the top.
Right.
But then, what I'm hoping you could do, Meeghan, is you got to fill each one of these little things halfway full.
Okay.
So
they're not going to drip all over the floor, are they?
No. Now we're going to let it dry out a little bit before I hang it back up, or otherwise I'm going to be in big trouble, to say the least. You should see how hard it was to talk my wife into planting this in the bedroom.
You're putting it in the bedroom?
Well, it's fun to watch the bugs fly around.
You are nuts, my friend.
Oh, man. Well, it's actually the only place I got the right lighting for it. This does not want full sun, but it wants a bright spot kind of near an east window. Now, this plant... You're not going to believe when I tell you what this is, Meeghan.
I don't know, but it's gorgeous.
Isn't it beautiful? Now, it's got a kind of a hard name to say, aglaonema. Aglaonema.
Yeah.
I hate saying that. But
What's
it's Chinese evergreen.
Chinese, so it's going to be green all year round.
It's green, and they used to only have some silver foliage on the leaves. Look at these new ones coming out.
Gorgeous.
Oh, my gosh.
So how difficult is he?
Well, first, let me tell you something cool.
Okay.
This plant cleans the air in your house better than any other plant you can get.
Really?
It's rated the highest for pulling pollutants out of the air.
I'm liking it already.
It's really cool. Now, this is the plant for you.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not giving it to you. She'll get it out of me yet. I know you will. But this plant doesn't like any water.
Oh, baby, I'm taking it home right now. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I have a problem with him.
What?
If you're going to set him up like that, he looks ugly. Look at this.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So let's transplant him.
We can't.
Why not?
If you transplant this in winter, you got to water the living tweedle out of it.
Don't transplant it. That
No.
defeats the purpose.
So we can't do that because we'll kill it. But there's always a way if you're friends with a genius like me. Check this out, Meeghan. Is that beautiful or what? And look at how great it goes with these colors.
So
let's try popping her in.
Okay, gentle. I don't want to hurt him since I'm taking him home.
They like to be a little pot bound, so I think I'll leave it for a couple of years.
I'm liking him even more.
Oh, la la, Meeghan.
I think I'll take him. Thank you very much. Jungle Fever Exotics also has the carnivorous plants. This pitcher plant here.
Oh, I love these. These are called Sarracenias, and it's really cool. So the yellow jacket flies, it climbs up, it licks something, it gets kind of narked up. It's like going, wow, cool, man.
Listen to you, dude. Back in the 60s, narked up.
Yeah, but it doesn't pay to have bad habits.
No, it doesn't. We're going to stop with this now. Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe from Jungle Fever Exotics here in Tacoma. Ciscoe's stepping into the kitchen to make potato chips.
No, I'm making kale chips.
Kale? Well, I always wondered what you did with kale. What is that? Kale chips?
I didn't think they'd taste that good either, but when Lynne, the chef from PCC, fixed those babies up, oh la la, crunchy, salty,
yummy.
Oh la la, even good for you. Do you believe that? But I do have one warning about them. But I'm not telling you that until we show you how to fix them. Okay, Lynne, If I didn't know better, I think we're doing something with kale today.
You think, Cisco? You know, amazingly enough, what we're going to do is the hottest new trend. Yeah, we're going to do kale chips.
What? Kale chips?
Yeah,
like potato chips?
Yeah, it's kind of like potato chips, believe
You're
it or not.
kidding me.
This is surprisingly super fun and amazingly delicious. So, yep, I'll show you what we're going to do. First of all, actually, we're going to take the stems out of that, but I thought maybe I would turn that over to you. My lovely assistant will now demonstrate.
Okay, I shall demonstrate.
Okay, you ready?
No guts, no glory. Okay, everybody ready?
Yeah!
Oh, la la!
Oh, you did good.
Nothing to it. Oh,
Yes.
this is so
do a couple more.
fun.
Yes.
Oh, boy. Oh, I love doing this. Oh, can I do this for the next half hour?
Okay, so then we're just going to cut the rest of these in half
So
like this.
nice sized chips.
And you want to cut them into, because they're going to shrink a lot when they cook. So, you know, I kind of figure about the size of large potato chips is kind of what kind of my guideline there. Now, this is dinosaur kale. You can do these with regular green kale. You can do it with the beautiful purple kale, whatever you like. The reason I like the dinosaur kale is because it's a little bit thicker, and you'll be amazed, you know, how crispy and thin these get when they cook.
Wow.
So we're gonna throw these in here. I'll divide them between bowls because we got to toss a little olive oil in. And then we're going to add a little extra virgin olive oil. Now that's the basis of seasonings. At that point you can season as much as you like with whatever you like.
So all
Not
kinds
a whole
of
lot.
things.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a second. I've got some fun options for you to choose from. About, you know, a tablespoon or so. And then because the kale is so curly, you want to get it in there and just kind of massage it in. Okay? Yeah. Just enough to gloss them up nicely like that. And then I don't put any salt on them at this point. The salt draws the juices out. And so what I do is you can put like dry seasonings on. For instance, I'll let you choose. I've got a little dill, kind of like a dill pickle flavor, or lemon pepper, or some herbe de Provence. Choose. And then just give me a pinch.
Can you only use one?
No,
or?
you can do as
Oh, I
many
want
as you
one of all.
like. Okay, give me a peasant. I'll take the herbe de Provence.
Okay.
You grab the dill.
All right.
And I'll take the lemon pepper.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So just hand me that sheet pan. And we're going to spread these out. Now, here's another, there's only a few things you need to be aware of. You know, getting a light olive oil and then spreading these out in a very, you know, relatively thin layer.
And you didn't put any oil on the pan?
Nope. These are oiled up enough. You'll be surprised. They won't stick. They'll just, this is so foolproof. It's amazing. It's kind of fun.
Hey, that's my kind of cooking right there.
And, you know, I said a single layer, and actually that's a little bit too many, so I'm going to pull a few off. If you've got extra,
so
just
really
get another sheet
layer.
pan. Yeah, because they won't crisp evenly if they're not distributed evenly. And that, you know, and that's it. It's so amazing.
That's
and simple.
it?
Yeah, and then it goes into the oven. And wait till you taste. You're going to love this.
So we put salt on at the end?
Afterwards, yeah.
Okay, all right.
And you want to, well, we'll talk about it when we pull it out.
Okay.
We'll talk about other fun things, too.
How long you got to cook this for?
About 12 to 15 minutes.
Oh, geez, that's a long way. Oh, wow.
So unassuming, but so incredibly
They
delicious.
don't look like potato chips.
I tell you, the first time I tried these, I ate almost the entire bunch of
Really?
kale. Yeah. I mean, you could eat a whole bunch of kale. So
I got to try one in the
Yeah,
vinegar.
yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
grabbing a big one. No guts, no glory,
No guts, no glory. What happens? So don't try to talk because you've got green stuff all over your mouth.
I can see that could be one problem.
So,
Hey, I can tell
just
you
you
one
and
thing
I.
right now.
Oh, wow.
Nobody can eat just 100. Oh, man, nothing this good. Nothing this healthy can be this good.
I know, isn't it
Oh,
fabulous?
la la.
cool.
Man, all right, I'm going for it. All right. Those kale chips are so
actually look pretty
delicious.
good, yeah.
They really are. But now for my warning, they stick to your teeth like nothing you've ever seen. You better like green, you know?
It's stuck between your teeth.
Oh,
Someone's like, you know, bad form, bad form.
Yep, and there's one more warning, too. Nobody can eat just one. You end up eating the whole batch before you even know what you did.
It's kale. Why not?
Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe from Jungle Fever Exotics. And what do you think is the #1 question I get about houseplants?
Ferns, ficus, spider mites, fertilizer, transplanting.
African violets. Everybody wants to know how to keep them alive and blooming. So since I got so many questions, I decided it should be this week's plant pick.
Nice choice.
We're going to show you how to keep them looking good and blooming away.
I love African violets. They're so easy, relatively speaking, and when they flower, which they do frequently, they just brighten up a dreary day.
They do, but they frustrate the living tweedle out of people when they won't bloom.
Again,
they stop blooming.
Because you buy them and they're like this.
Yeah.
But I got to point something out here because Cisco has these. They're space-age plants. These seedlings apparently went into outer space. The Optimera Space Violet Program, and now they call them Space African Violets.
Cool.
What do we need to do to keep these babies looking pretty?
The first thing you have to remember, they have to stay warm. So don't stick them by a window, you open something like that in the wintertime. The next thing is you got to have high humidity.
Oh.
If they don't have high humidity, they stop blooming right away. So we've got the humidifier here.
Basically some stones in a dish, right?
That's right. So, and the trick here, we'll show this in a second, is you want to have these high enough that you can keep watering them at all times.
And so basically, as the water evaporates, it creates a higher humidity.
Higher, right?
Right.
You know, and it really does seem to work. You know what else helps? Having lots of plants together raises humidity too. So another thing you want to do is deadhead regularly. So see how these flowers are starting to get over the hill? We can take those guys off.
And just a little maintenance here and there.
There's not a whole lot.
No, they're looking pretty good. And the other thing I'm noticing is that there's little babies in here.
Oh, I love hearing that.
Yeah, so there's more flowers coming.
Yeah, so if we do everything right, they'll keep coming. Now, there's something really big here, Meeghan.
What's that?
As people water these wrong.
Oh,
you try to water, you know, so you try and stick this in and get the water in there. If you get the leaves wet, you get fungus every time.
Well, then why, my friend, do you have one of these out?
Don't use that, whatever you do. When there's no flowers, you can miss them before 3 o'clock in the day. Make sure you keep the clock right by it.
I'm going to have to talk to Siri on the iPhone and remind me.
So here we go. We get another saucer, just a nice clean one. And we just put a bunch of water in there. And now all we got to do is stick these little guys in there and let them suck up the water. Now it's nice and safe and easy.
So now you let it soak up for an hour or whatever.
Yeah, some amount of time. Two last things.
They
need bright light, but no direct sunlight.
There's a window.
There's a great window, lots of light. But sometimes in our winters, do you know how it is here? We don't get enough light. So,
oh, good Lord.
Don't tell anyone that I told you my secret, Meeghan.
Cisco has a grow light.
Yeah, sometimes you got to turn on the grow light, let that sucker run for a while.
So, Mr. Water it before 3 in the afternoon, grow light for 14 hours.
But don't tell anyone.
But don't tell anyone. All of a sudden, I'm thinking these guys are a little high maintenance.
And at your house, you do nothing and they bloom all the time.
That's it. I just water them and there they go. But these do look a lot better. So we'll let them have a little drink and we'll put them back on their nice tray. Now take care of your African violets. So African violets really are African. They come from Tanzania. And I guess you could say they're exotics. That prompted Cisco to track down the owner of Jungle Fever Exotics, Jerry Cearley, to find out how his tropical paradise came to existence here in T-Town.
Jerry, I love your nursery full of so many exotic plants. What made you decide to start a nursery like this in Tacoma?
Well, 18 years ago, my wife and I started this. I guess it was a trip to Hawaii. I don't know, I saw the little nurseries over there where they're just growing stuff in their backyard, little cans and pots.
So what are some of your favorite exotic plants?
There's the windmill palm, that's kind of like the standard for tropical gardening. And then I like the Japanese hardy banana. But I like the red leaf banana, but it's not real hardy. But it's my favorite.
So I understand that you tried out for Survivor. Can you tell me, is that true?
It's true.
What was it like?
It was kind of scary. I guess I blew it. My mind went blank, but I think I muddled through it.
You can't miss Jungle Fever Exotics here in Tacoma. As you're driving down Pearl Street, you're going to want to take a sharp left at the orange sign. You're going to feel like you're taking a left into Costa Rica or something.
Yeah, hey, and say yes to palm trees in Washington State.
Wind palms.
You think if every one of us had a palm tree? Aloha, baby. Oh, la la. Thanks for watching.
You and a grass skirt. Okay. For the